We're going to take another look at the 2024 recruiting class, and we're going to shine a spotlight on 4-star wide receiver Jadyn Goodwin, who signed with Michigan. We're going to look at his highlights. We're going to look at his 24/7 Sports player profile page. But before we do all that, you need to click that subscribe button right now, because we're talking about the 2024 recruiting class every single day this offseason, player by player. We're also talking about the transfer portal, some of the key players coming out of that, especially the young guys from the 2023 class, 2024 class, guys without much tape, so we get a good idea of what those players are about. But click that button so you know about these younger players for when they start making plays for your team. If you're here for his highlights, just fast forward a little bit, because this is his 24/7 Sports player profile page. He's a 4-star prospect, 3-star in the composite, ranked as the 50th best wide receiver in the class. This is the 50th wide receiver we covered from the 2024 class. 6'1", 180, signed on National Signing Day. 17 offers. Some of the other schools looking at him: Bowling Green, Cincy, some other programs. You don't really have a scouting report, but that's all right. That's what we're here for, to look at when we look at the highlights. Jonathan Goodwin, father, offensive line at Michigan. So we got a Wolverine, played for the Jets. We have an NFL bloodline here, so that's a good thing to see here. Virginia after him, Cincy, Georgia Tech, North Carolina, Power 5 programs after him. We got some production here, 42 catches, 690 yards, but that's in 2021. They are not up to date on him with their information. That being said, since they're not up to date, take all this stuff here with a grain of salt. Probably value the offers a little bit more, considering he's going to Michigan. That's a good indicator. That's probably good enough. And other Power 5 schools were after him. On3 has him as a 3-star. ESPN and Rivals also have it as a 3-star. They have him ranked 149th overall, 108, 84, and 50. That's all right. We're going to look at the highlights. We're going to see if he can ball. 6'1", 175. Good schools after him: NC State, Virginia Tech. We're seeing Power 5 programs, though: North Carolina, South Carolina. That's a good indicator there. Let's take a look at the highlights. Let's see what he's about. Let's see if On3 has a scouting report first. Not having one. That's all right. We're going to have one right now. Let's look at the clips live. I'm looking at them live with you. We got 11 minutes here. We'll watch most of it, at least, if not all of it. They didn't highlight him. That's him downfield. Good hands. Good hands. Good length on the body, it looks like. There we are. We're in the slot. Good concentration there. Good throw by the quarterback, too. We got some pull away. You see that? You see that extra kick there on the run? That's solid. That's solid. So we got some length and some pull away speed. So size adjust athleticism, looking in there. This is a scrimmage. Ball comes in. Ooh, overhead too. Overhead. Ball skills. Ball skills. That quarterback, though, fitting in the windows. He's got good concentration. Here we go in the slot. Heads up with the DB. Maybe off a little bit on one side or the other. Bop. Good timing on the route. Good hands. Good hands. Another good throw by that quarterback. Right to that corner. Where we at? Where we at? We're here. Getting down. Even you leaving. Better get it. There we go. Ball skills. Gets the ball, protects it. Long strider. Gets it. Good balance, too. He ain't going down off of a little dust up. Where we at? We up top? We're kind of in the slot, though. There we go. Ooh, there we go. We see the speed. He's got some burst. Sneaky burst. Good play downfield. Good hands. In the slot. Good play. Good play. He's got good hands on him. Wait, there he is. He's on offense. Sometimes when they highlight players, it gets confusing real quick. It's like, no, there's no way he's on defensive line. There we go. Good feet, good balance. That balance is going to help him after the catch a lot. On the slide here. Over the middle. Boom. Big catch, good balance. Very good balance. Very good sound wide receiver. Especially at the catch point. Pitch and catch downfield. Kiefer Stadium. Kiefer Stadium. I've seen that before. Good hands. Yeah. He plucks it out of the air. What they got? Jadyn Davis, a quarterback, right? That's the up and comer. He's very dependable. A very dependable wide receiver. Could be seeing opportunities earlier than expected, considering what we've seen at the wide receiver depth chart. Definitely a player to pay attention to. Good hands, though. Good hands. You see that? Just right out here. There's another Michigan wide receiver I want to look at. May have him in the next few days. Look at that sell. So I comment on routes a lot when it comes to wide receivers, but at the high school level, sometimes I won't comment because I know the samples could be weird because it's high school, and you got a very good wide receiver that you can just run down there and throw it up to him. You don't need to be that nuanced with. He showed on a couple routes that, there we go, look at the break. There we go, just right there. Very fluid break, limited drift, can break it off without having to drift back to that DB, allowing that DB to suck up that separation. Very fluid mover. Very fluid. Very good wide receiver prospect here. I can see why he's underrated in the recruiting realms. There we go. Find the hole there. I can see why he's underrated there. And I can see why he's not super flashy. His tape's not super flashy, but you get down to the nitty-gritty, he's a good player. He's a good football player. He's got good hands. He demonstrates he's got the capabilities of being a very good route runner, very fine-tuned at that. He's got fluid feet. He moves laterally very well. He's got very strong hands. He's nasty at the catch point. He's very nasty at the catch point. Look at those hands. That's where, if I had to say one trait as the main trait I can say to describe him, it's his strong hands at the catch point. He can catch it over his head, away from his body. That one we saw in the middle, he's done it multiple times. That's the main trait I want to point out with him. He's good over the middle. He's a very dependable player. And since I have limited resources, considering all the other teams are soaking up the players since Harbaugh left, getting a dependable wide receiver like this is a good get. Smart get. I think him going to Michigan is a smart place for him to go. I think there's some upside. Look at the break there. There it is. Route running's good. We need to look at 1v1s if you want to look at more route running, see where that's at. I'll say this, come from the high school level, the top guys, the top 50, the top 100 wide receivers, 90% of them are going to be good route runners. That's just the thing. It's just those little bits of like traits you got to look at. And then on top of that, it's the development going forward. And then there's a lot of things out of their control with the coaching staff and teams and all that stuff. That's why I'm kind of very pro player, very pro young player too. The younger, the more pro, because they don't know what they're getting into half the time. Here we go. Look at that. Playing to the midnight line and just pulling off. I get what he was doing there. Need to be a little bit more sudden, I believe. You would have a bit more separation on that. Like if you really attacked the midline like you were going vertical, you would have had him more flat-footed. And then when you broke that off, he would have been flat-footed. You would have had a little bit more separation on that. There we go. Find the spot. Good quarterback. Good quarterback. Some more we got here. We'll watch this play. Come back here. Good around the boundary. We're looking at a very good wide receiver prospect. Very strong hands. Very sound at the catch point. Very good route runner as well. He can break off routes. He can break it off to the outside, inside. Very smart, cerebral player. Very dependable. I think going to Michigan is a great spot for him. He can develop there, get some opportunities, get some playing time, move up the depth chart. Let me know what you think about him in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.